In our life journey, we usually compare ourselves to others. We look at their strengths and focus on our weaknesses, or we focus on their success and our lack of achievements, such as job titles, income, grade, houses, and Instagram or Facebook likes. The number of categories in which we can compare ourselves to others are infinite. So is the number of people we can compare ourselves to. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Comparison is a thief of joy." And this quote is really true. When we compare ourselves to what others have, or simply how they are, we are essentially making ourselves feel downright inadequate and deflated, with a low self-esteem to match. Comparison is generally the fast track to unhappiness. It's a recipe for misery. All it does is keeping you focused on what you don't like about yourself and your life. This is really not a fair comparison, and it leads often to doubt and loss of self-confidence. So, why do we compare ourselves to other people? Is there any benefit to seeing how we stack up against others? It was basically said by this thinker that people evaluate their opinions and abilities by comparing themselves to other people for two reasons. The first reason is to reduce uncertainty in the areas in which they are comparing themselves. And the second one is to learn how to define themselves. He called this concept social comparison theory, and is one of the biggest contributors to the field of social psychology. So the truth behind this is that human beings can't actually define themselves intrinsically or independently. They can only define themselves in relation to someone else. And when it comes to the big question of identity, who we are, we need to look at other people. So how can we stop comparing ourselves to others? Personality begins when comparison leaves off. Be unique, be memorable, be confident, and be proud. You know this quote already, and you know that you shouldn't compare yourself to others. Yet, that's often easier said than done. Here are 7 simple ways to stop comparing yourself to others. First of all, water your own grass. When we focus on other people, we lose time that we could otherwise invest in ourselves. We don't grow green grass by focusing on our neighbor's garden. We do it nurturing our own. So, instead of wasting time comparing your path to someone else, spend it investing, creating, and caring for your own. Second, be grateful for what you have. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never ever have enough. Whenever you find yourself looking at what other people have, remind yourself of what you are grateful for. That means appreciating your family, your wonderful friends. So shift your focus from what you don't have to what you do have. Third, realize that you're not perfect. There will always be someone who is richer, smarter, and more attractive than you. No one is perfect. Trying to be perfect is not the solution. Instead of getting down on yourself for your flaws and imperfections, accept them fully. Free yourself by embracing the fact that you are perfectly imperfect. Fourth, turn comparison into inspiration. We tend to compare our behind the scene with someone else's big moment. We tend to focus on their success, not on the thousands of hours they have spent preparing and working for their achievements. Instead of letting other people's success get you down on yourself, let them open you up to possibilities. Let them be inspiration for what you can be in life. Fifth, compare yourself with you. If you need to compare yourself with someone, compare yourself with you. What can you do to improve your life quality? How can you be a better and more loving person? How can you be nicer to yourself than you were yesterday? You are the only person you can compare yourself with. Sixth, accept where you are. You can change something you don't acknowledge. So instead of resisting or fighting where you are, come to peace with it. Say yes to every part of your life. And from that place, make decisions that will move you in the right direction. Finally, do a social media detox. We are constantly bombarded with people who live blessed lives on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. What we don't consider is that we often compare our own worst moments with someone else's highlights. Social media can be a great source for inspiration, but if it triggers inadequacy and self-doubt and frustration, then choose to do a detox. Make sure you control social media, not the other way around. Comparing ourselves to others often leaves us feeling frustrated, anxious, and paralyzed about moving forward. Whenever you focus on what other people have that you don't, you give away your energy. So, take back your power from all the people, places, and situations where you have left it and bring it back home. Decide that your energy will be used for believing, not doubting, and for creating, not destroying. Focus on you. Focus on watering your grass and building your path. Focus on being the best that you can be and share that with the rest of us.